The Whitelegs meant to show respect, bribe me for Kaiser's favor, echoing mannerisms and words, showed them tech caches, taught them the workings of chamber and powder, spoke of Kaiser's pride in those that used such things. Lies. And then they tried to honor me, not the Legion. They brought me before the campfire one night, showed me how they changed themselves, how they wore their hair now. It was like my entire dead tribe in the firelight, teeth grinning red in the dark, eager corpses, blood-covered ghosts. They had taken my braids, the way of the twisted hairs, as if it showed they were like me, of me, while every knot in their braids spoke of raping, violence, and ignorance of what the knots meant. They thought to show respect, defiled it, lost myself in trying to read the braids they wove, when I remembered they had put no meaning in it. They had no history of what it meant. They didn't even know the insult in the twists, knots, and the dry wells came rushing back. The Whitelegs circled like that. It was like looking at the dead of my tribe, reborn as ghosts, hateful, hungry, bowing to Kaiser. Another history, gone, carried by me alone.
Hi, welcome back. I'm still a little sick. It's mostly gone. It's just like I've got like a cough and that's about it. But it's still annoying. But yeah, today I wanted to talk about like I just kind of hate like the modern state of the internet. You know, like I feel like most people are just they're afraid to like be themselves now. Like they're afraid to like yeah, I guess that's it. They're just like afraid to like post what they want or whatever. Or they're afraid of being cringe, you know. And I feel like a big part of it is just that like everything's become so accessible. Like everything's been so like monopolized and corporatized to where it's all just boiled down to be easily accessible for everybody, and it kind of pisses me off. Like you have these huge corporations making these algorithms that make it easy for like normies to interact with literally anything, and it funnels them into like all these different subcultures and just dilutes them. And they like to pretend like they have this understanding of of it, of anything at this, I don't know, like a real meaningful level, and they don't, because I'm trying to think of a word for it. I don't know. I guess I don't know how to put it, but it's just been getting on my nerves. 'Cause I don't know why. I've been hearing them use the word chud and larp and shit like that, or even like this has been gentrified for a while, but like maxing and stuff. Like I have heard the most normal people ever or say that, or I see the most boring people ever say fucking chud. You don't know what that means. Like you can't it you don't know what that means. Like it's to the point where it gets lost in these words get lost in translation, and they end up meaning something completely different. Because what happens is that all these normies get funneled in, and they literally just gentrify it, destroy it. It just happens with everything. Like I've always been, I don't know, I've always been like, like semi pro gatekeeping things, which like with media and stuff. I get it if you're like in person and your friend asks you like, oh, what's this artist? And you say, oh, I'm not telling you. You're kind of being a dick there, right? But I don't know, online and stuff. I feel like it's warranted, especially with like music and stuff, because I don't know. I've seen it happen like time and time again where just an influx of new fans that don't understand a thing completely like destroy it and make it terrible. Especially with artists like Too Hollis. I used to like some of his older stuff, and then he got this, and then he went on tour with Ken Carson, and I don't like Ken Carson. I think his music's slop. But he went on tour with him, and then you got all the fucking Playboy Cardi opium fans listening to him. And then for somewhere along the line, you got like women who are into like K-pop idols listen to him, and now he's catering to both of those, and now his music's kind of just shit. So I guess I've always been kind of pro gatekeeping, or or I think this was last year. I still don't know why, but like Fried by Fluoride got really big for no reason on TikTok, and now his fan base is filled with completely 14 just 14-year-olds, and that scene has been dead for a while, right? But then you had this weird influx of like literally like 13, 14 year olds into it. And it just got like weirdly popular, and it got completely gentrified, and it pisses me off. Cause like, and then I see people hating on that genre too. We're like, oh, this music's for losers. No shit, bro. That's kind of the fucking point. And it just makes me really angry. Cause I'm like, none of these people understand it. None of these people were like there. Like, God, I'm sorry. I've realized I'm kind of ranting at this point. But yeah, I just hate how things I like almost always inevitably get like sucked into this. What's there's a word for it. I can't think of it. Like I don't know, like popular culture. I guess. I mean I can't think of the word right now because there is one for it, but it's like things are like inevitably like it just gets it sucked into like the current mindset and get popular and get watered down, and it pisses me off because it always happens. I've seen it happen so many times, and it's just been like really getting on my nerves recently. Like watching things I like or things that I think are like special just get absolutely destroyed by people that don't understand it. It uh, yeah. I've, I realize I kind of ranted a bit there. I don't know. Normies ruin everything, I guess. That's my point. But that was one thing I wanted to talk about. Another thing I wanted to get to was I have finals this week for my first semester, right? And I just don't I just don't really like care, which I know I should, but like I don't know why. I don't know what it is. I don't though. Like I don't have that many. Like like this week I only have like three, but I had one a few days ago, and it was online, and I swear I didn't know. I that was kind of over. I didn't really know like any of the answers. I didn't really pay attention to that class, to be honest. I like I I like half slept through most of my lectures in that one. But but yeah, I answered all those. I there was like a few. There was like two, for four. I think it was four. There's like 4 essay ones where you had to write like 5 paragraph responses, and like I don't. And I just didn't. I just turned in like the multiple choice stuff, which I don't know why I like why I do stuff like that. It's like I know it's important. I know it'll affect me, but I just don't care. Like I don't know. It's like I know these things are extremely important. Like like these classes cost money and stuff. Like I wish I could care, but but I know it's not like I think I'm above it or anything. It's just I I I don't care. And I don't know. Maybe it's like a self sabotage thing. I kind of talked about this in one of my last ones where it's like I can't do I just can't do anything. But yeah, like another example, I had in one of my other classes, our last instead of a final, we had to do this presentation, and it was my date. I kept getting extensions. I didn't finish it. You had like a set date to do the presentation, and I didn't have it finished by the date. To be frank, I didn't even start it. And the first day came, and I didn't have it done. And I kept getting extensions, whatever, until this last day. My professor comes up to me. He's like, "Yeah, hey, you have it?" I'm like, "No." So I just didn't do the presentation that like counts for my entire final grade. Like I don't know. I just I feel like a lazy piece of shit, but I also I feel like I can't really like I can't help it. I don't know. It's like all I'm capable of doing is just like stay in my room all day. Like even going to work is a big task, which I managed to do somehow, but I don't know. It's weird because I don't know. It's like I'm at my happiest when I'm just like neglecting my responsibilities and stuff. Yeah, like I'm happiest when I'm like not doing anything that I have to. Like even though there's like this part of me that's like, yeah, you should be doing this right now. You piece of shit. Well, you're so oh, what's the word? Entitled. Yeah, you're not. You should be doing something. But like, it's weird. Like that's when I'm at the happiest, not my most comfortable. Yeah, I don't. I don't know. Maybe I've just done like a really good job of distracting myself from anything real recently. Uh, my dog's barking 1 second. But yeah, it's like like besides like all the distractions I have, like I don't really have anything like real to look forward to. Like looking at it at face value, like there's nothing that great in my life. But yeah, it's just felt like it's weird because it's just felt like one big brutal slog recently, mixed with this weird sense of like comfort. I guess. I don't know. Like I said, in my last one, I've been rewatching like Girls in Panzer, which is one of my favorite shows ever. Like I don't know. Like it's like I've felt this like sense of dread, but it's so weird just having that like mixed with all these distractions I surround myself with. It has like this just weird sense of comfort that I don't really know how to describe. I don't know. As lately things haven't been just that great for me, and it's kind of getting to me. Well, like the other day, I had to. I was feeding my dog, and we had this little container that we put dog food in, and I didn't. It was out, and I didn't know where the rest of it was, like where we kept the spare stuff. And I called my mom. I'm like, yeah, where do we keep it? Uh, Simple interaction, right? Like, I'm usually working when my dog needs to be fed, so I'm not usually home during then. So it's not a thing I do a whole lot. So I wouldn't know where this is. And then I'm upstairs, and then I overhear my mom talking to my sister, and they're complaining about me, and I shit you not, talking about how like I can't do anything. Like he doesn't even know where the dog food is. I'm like, it's not something I do that often. How do you just expect me to innately know where that is if it's not something I do that often? 'Cause, like they do that all the time. I literally hear those two complain about me all the time. And it's just like not it's not like I'm even like doing anything antagonistic. I'm just like existing. And it just kind of makes me mad because then I'll walk in the room and they'll turn around and act all like friendly and stuff. And like, I just heard you guys shit talking me 2 seconds ago. Like you act like I'm deaf, and it's also just kind of like isolating, you know. But but yeah, another thing is something I need to work on is I've I've just been like jealous of a lot of people recently, I guess. Well, I get like I don't know. I've just been like jealous of people that are just doing like marginally better than me in life, I guess, which I know isn't great, but it just makes me feel like awful about myself because I know I should feel happy for them, and I say I feel happy for them, but I always just it's with every single person whenever they tell me a good thing, and it's just like I guess I just had this like desire for like something good to come my way, right? And I know that there's not a high chance of that happening, but I don't know. I really need to work on it because it makes me feel bad. Cause I'm like I don't know. I guess I just need to learn to feel like genuinely happy for people, which I don't know. I guess that's a bad way of putting it because I do. It's like a mix of the two emotions. I suppose. I still haven't been sleeping very well. Yeah. No, not many updates on that end. Because I don't know what it is. It's like it gets to a certain point at night, like 4 or 5, where I get really anxious that I'm not gonna that at that point if I actually do go to sleep, I'll sleep too late. Then when I do, and then I try. Then I still try, even though I'm anxious that I'm gonna sleep in and I miss my alarm to go to class. Uh, and then I still can't sleep because it's like I, I get I get too hot and I can feel like every inch of the fabric and it drives me insane. And then I get all pissed off. And then I go play War Thunder and get more pissed off. Yeah. So yeah, not much development in that department. But but yeah, I think I'm gonna end it here. I don't know. I wish I could do like or I don't know. I want to do like longer videos. Like my goal is a half hour sometime. It, it's just I feel like I'm very I don't know. It's weird. I'm like I like stutter and repeat myself 89 times, but I also get to the point. So I feel like it's kind of difficult for me to stretch these out. But I would like to do a longer one of these someday. I'm gonna try and push one out that's around half an hour sometime. Probably not the next one, but that's my goal. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it here, and yeah, see ya.